live from the Devon coast of England. Now, if you were here last time, I said we were going to have a morning show. And then I realized I actually have more morning jewelry coming in. So what good would it be to show you something that's not complete? Although what I am going to show you is antique Scottish jewelry from the 1700s to probably the 1940s. Also, what else am I going to show you? Uranium glass. If you've never seen uranium glass jewelry, I think this is your place. And if you have seen it, I bet you haven't seen what I have here. And that's some of the most incredible Czechoslovakian, German, and Austrian uranium glass. So if you're seeing this live, hey Deb. If you're catching this live, that's what we're about to do. Yes, uranium. How long has it been since we've had a light show? Hi, Ellen. Hi, Lily. Hi, new people. I just have that new uranium up on the bust. Let's turn down that music. Heavens. Yeah, forever in 2 days. Hey, HC. Hey. Is it too loud? Don't want the music too loud, but I like a little bit in the background. I can see this thing is still kind of wobbly. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. I tried to tell Lizzie, I was chatting with Lizzie London early this morning, who's actually half Irish. Her mom was from Ireland. I said, everyone in the United States today is Irish. We're all Irish, whether or not you're Irish. I don't believe that I am Irish. I think I have some Celtic blood, but not Irish. I'm well, HC, just sorry, slurping some hot tea. Natasha. Now, Natasha's a new person. She's commented on a couple things, the ring and the charm bracelets. Now, the problem is, Natasha, I've shown charm bracelets for such a long time. A lot of my charm bracelets that I have in stock for sale are actually huge ones. So, I mean, I do have some loose charms, but the built bracelets I have in are pretty big. Corned beef and cabbage. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, you're new here, so you're probably thinking, oh, what are these people? These are my friends, my clients, that many of them have been with me for, well, over 2 years now. I love corned beef and cabbage, and I always made Irish soda bread for St. Patrick's Day. Of course, my husband's British, and it's not a big holiday here. Noisy vape, because I refuse to buy those disposable. The streets are just littered with them. Hi, Linda. How are you, honey? Yeah, it's Patty, St. Patty, not Patty, Patty. Patty is short for Patrick. Eating a hamburger. I had some vegan mac and cheese today, but it did have wild garlic pesto on it. So I did have a bit of the green. I think you're supposed to wear the green. Well, I have green on. Hey, we're good. I have green uranium up too. No roll but cheese. Are you trying to go gluten-free? I try, but I love bread. I love bread. Bread loves me. Bread likes to sit on my belly. My stomach is flat as a 20-year-old's, but I have like a I don't know, fat at the top. Not like crazy fat, but I feel fat. Just uncomfortable. I'm like between a 10 and a 12, and normally I'm between an 8 and a 10, and so that makes me feel porky. I mean, if you're new here, I have 2 forms of arthritis, not to go into my health history, but the less I weigh, the healthier I feel. Not to say that I want to get down to like 120 pounds or anything. That would be silly. I think I'm 5'9". But 145 wouldn't be bad. Oh, you're watching your sugar. Okay. Yeah, when my weight starts to creep up, I have to watch my sugar intake. But I honestly, unless it was on accident, I haven't drank a full sugar drink in, I don't know, decades. I haven't intentionally, let's put it that way, because you'll order like a sugar-free soda or, you know, a low sugar juice or something, and they mistake and give you something real, which if I'm dying of thirst, I'm going to drink it or ask for water. I don't drink enough water, but I probably drink my weight in tea a day. Yeah, that's new. It's Czech, and it's marked Czechoslovakia. It's been a while since I've had some Czech pieces in and actually up. That was actually part of the haul the other day, and I put it in the glass drawer and totally forgot about it. Hi, Lisa. I'm gonna, oh gosh, is the lady's name Jane? I'm gonna talk to that lady in Torquay, I think Wednesday. The lady that's gonna do some beading, hopefully, cross her fingers, do some beading. Because I went through some of my bead bins today, and I've got, on the order of at least 75 necklaces that need done. Scary. That need rebeaded. Yours among them. Now, we were talking about, I told you I'll send you some spacers. Did you want to go something this big? Or did you want to go smaller? Like a seed bead? There was another lady from the UK. Oh, the lady from near Birmingham. I think it's a British thing. But I've always drank tea. I drank tea before I moved here. But then I lived in the South, so most of it was cold. Now, you know what the weather's like here. Oh, she's been in, and she messaged me. She was actually in Malta, where my husband went. She was away on holiday. Oh gosh, what was that lady's name? I can't remember her name. That's terrible. It'll come to me. Oh no, honey, that's just the first couple bins. There's more than that. There's way more. That's 75 in the first few bins. I have a lot of glass. Hi, Lori. Deb. No, gosh, not Shirley. We haven't seen Shirley in forever. And it's so strange. She just like disappeared, but she was from Wales. Oh, no. No. You know, Lily, I was like friends with her on Messenger, but you know, my Messenger, you know, that situation. I don't see messages until I open it. But no. And she had started a channel, that ASMR channel. And I haven't seen anything from it. I hope she's okay. I should message her, but then, you know, I feel like, am I intruding? Oh, Linda. Yeah, she was from Wales. That was one. She was from Wales via South Africa, via Czechoslovakia. I think she was Czechoslovakian, and her family moved to South Africa, and somehow she married someone and moved to Wales. You know, we all travel. Yeah. I mean, I think Deanna asked me the other day, oh, I see people in chat that I don't see now. Sometimes people just have, you know, bought enough. Or maybe their taste changed. I'm just happy that the people that have been with me forever are still with me. But people do come in and out. It's Czech Glory. It's an Art Deco uranium Czech piece. I think just the drop on both of them, oddly enough, are uranium. I have it up just to get some light. You know how they need to be charged up a bit. I think she meant she just got here. Hi, Barbara. How are you, honey? It's just an impromptu live, honey. I was going to do morning jewelry, and I said at the very top when I opened, I realized that I have a lot of morning jewelry coming in. Now, I'm going to show Scottish pieces, and I'm going to show we're going to have a uranium light show, which is something we haven't had in forever, where I show you the pieces in the light. And then, absolutely. Oh, your family or this family? Aw. Yeah, Fluff likes the music too. She does like classical. And I was saying, I'm going to show you some Scottish pieces, but two of my most fabulous bracelets, not to say that there aren't fabulous ones here, but two of my most fabulous aren't in yet. They're from one of my dealers in Scotland. It's a man, and I'm going to say his first name. My dealer's name is Jude. And Jude got a little upset when he found out that I was selling pieces to America. And I said, Jude, why would you care? These are people that appreciate jewelry. And then he kind of calmed down a little bit. Plus, I pay up for my pieces. It's not like he's giving them to me. I wish. Hi, Sharon. Absolutely, and often have Scottish heritage, so it's really something that ties them to their heritage. And then some people just love it. They buy it because they love it. It's not like they're buying it and tearing it up and making something crazy new out of it, or, you know. Although I can't say as to what, you know, once it's yours, it's yours. But I would hope that you would just love it and appreciate it for what it is. Maybe. I mean, he knows, first off, he's selling it from Scotland to me in England. And he knew that I had a channel. He knew that, you know, I sell on other platforms. I don't know why. I think maybe because, you know, I don't know. He's just funny about it. But I will say he does source some really fantastic things. Maybe. But he's the one selling it. Hello? Why have a go at me? I mean, heritage-wise, I'm a bit of a mutt, so I think I could sell anything from anywhere in the world. How about that? I'm American, and most of us are mutts, so... And I always say mutts make pretty people. Get too many people that have married too long in their own area, and I'll show you a bunch of people that are related to each other. So many of my people who buy the Scottish pieces they're totally enamored of them, and they know what they're holding. They're holding a piece of history. we are hardier. Except if you're like, they always say the bigger dogs die quicker. Well, I'm definitely a big dog. Well, I'm not a dog. Woof woof. Patty, honey, I will message you. I wouldn't put well, I would never discuss money in chat, ever. That's not me. Anything that's contracted between you and I is between you and I and will stay between you and I. So all of my people know that, honey. And it's just like, if you buy something somewhere else and the seller says, oh, I saw you at Dana's, they will email me and I will email you before I ever, and I really, even if I know the person, I don't like to give anyone's information out. And I would never share your information with a third party. Like, I don't sell my client list, or that's awful. But I know there are some pretty unscrupulous people out there. God bless those flowers. Thank God they're mums and daisies and things. Those are the flowers that Ryan bought me for Mother's Day last Sunday. Believe it or not. But they fit very well with St. Patty's Day, yeah? I saw them today and I'm like, no, they still look good. Oh, the pussy willow. Now, the pussy willow, I don't know if I'll keep them there. They get a bit messy once the fuzzies drop off. But I've always had really good luck with them taking root. I put them in water that I've soaked banana peels in. And they take root, and then I have a willow tree. And if they take root this year, I'll put them in the garden. And hopefully we don't have a drought this year like we did last year. I'm totally reconfiguring my garden. Yeah, I just cut them on a slant and I soak a banana overnight in a bottle of water. That's what I water all of my houseplants with. And all of the nutrients from the banana peel, all of my plants love it. I do that for my roses outside too. Actually, roses, when I plant them, I put banana peels under the rose, under the roots. And then the nutrients from the banana peels actually, but this isn't a gardening show, but I do love to garden. In fact, once my garden's redone this year, I'll try and do a show from the garden. Hi, Felicia, how are you? "26 lovely people watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up." Oh yes, you've got to be, I have container gardens, you know, big garden beds. So that's the only reason I would put them in. You can even put them in a pot. But yeah, you want to be careful. And if you live, oh, it snowed all day. No, it was like in the 50s here and sunny for most of the day. Yeah, if you like organic gardening, try banana peels. Banana peels soaked in water, or banana peels when you plant. I've only ever used it with roses, but I imagine it would do well with anything with a woody root. I've got to take you guys out because our magnolia, our cherry, our apple, everything's in blossom. Yeah, spring's trying to make its way in here in England. But you're in a different part of Canada, Lori. Oh, say God forbid, Lily, because I can remember times in Pennsylvania when we would get spring in March and it would stay beautiful. And then other times it would be spring and then the next week it would be freezing and snow. So yeah, I'm reconfiguring all of it to be more tropical and a bit more drought resistant because I had a load of beautiful flowers that perished with the no watering policy last year. Most of my hydrangea, what else died? Oh, so many. So many of my summer flowers died. Shameful. Well, last week the magnolia bloomed here, and I told my husband, I said, we're going to have another snow. Hi, Leslie. And he said, why do you say that? I said, because I've never seen a magnolia bloom where we didn't have a snow. It almost has to snow to knock the buds back. Where are you at, Natasha? What part of the world are you, honey? Now, I'm American, obviously. You can tell from my accent. But I've lived in England for 12 years. Oh, Charleston. Love Charleston. I lived in Hilton Head, South Carolina. mine, God bless them, they got green, then went into bud, and then we weren't allowed to water anything, and my watering pots went dry quite quickly. And that was it. I mean, and some of the shrubs that I had, hydrangea shrub or bush, came with the house. So it's a bit sad. Oh, honey, I hope you're okay now. Yeah, plants are like people. They need taken care of. But you make sure you take care of yourself first. Because we can always get new plants, but we can't get new people. So we've got 28 people watching. So we might as well get started. I might as well show you some of these beautiful things that I've brought for you. Now, I guess I'll start with I like to start with the newest, the youngest pieces, if you will, and then I like to go back to the oldest. Hi, Ramel. No, Leslie, and that's Michigan. I hate fake springs. Okay, let's take your camera down and pray that this camera stand is not, it's so wobbly. I have a new one on order. Let's see, the newest, it's right, honey, you have to take care of you, and then everything else follows. And if you're somewhat better, that means you're getting better. I worked oncology. That was actually my first assignment in nursing. And I worked nth stage. So yeah, I had to leave that pretty quickly. I'm too empathic. She said somewhat better, so to me that sounds very hopeful. But I'm an optimist. I'm a glass half full person. All right, I'm going to start with this one. When we were talking about Celtic, these are definitely Celtic knots. Now, I don't think that top one is, yes, it is lapis, isn't it? Or maybe it is ocean. Nope, it's lapis. I see the gold in it. So there's lapis, tiger's eye, onyx, moss agate, amethyst, and carnelian. This is all completely sterling. I love it because it has that nice long extender with the Celtic knot. All of these are articulated. All of the stones are articulated. And I don't know about you, but I love an articulated bracelet because it moves with you. Now, because it has the old spring ring and it's marked sterling, I'm going to say this one is Art Deco from the 30s to the 40s, maybe. Because around about the 50s, they started using 925. I can see my camera's getting a little weird. Oh, behave you. Behave. I have got my eye on it. Okay, so that's 1930s. Let's find an Art Deco. An earlier Art Deco, I mean. I would have had to clasp these on here. Now this one is chalcedony and banded green agate. Panel, all of these are sawtooth. They're all sawtooth set. But I love the Celtic knot clasp. So if you're a green girl or guy, well, Natasha, everyone here is supportive, honey. Hi, Nicola. I almost called you Nicola again. It's chalcedony and green banded agate. On your list. I love Lily. She makes lists. Then let's see. Oh, I know I have another one. This one is Deco as well. More of the Celtic knot design. But this is amethyst and moss agate. I love green and purple together. Green and purple, green and yellow. A gorgeous bracelet. Unusual. That's what I like. Now, I think we'll go back to Art Nouveau. And this will be late 1800s, early 1900s. These are thistle. Moss agate, carnelian, chalcedony, and then banded agate. Oh, hello, Pure Water. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat, guys. Thank you, Deb. Deb handles chat when I'm not looking. Okay. That's Art Nouveau. I think we're getting into Victorian territory here. So let's go with a sampler. A moss agate sampler. Thank you, Nicola. Now, samplers can have one kind of stone or they can have a sampler. This is technically a sampler as well. And sampler or specimen. Okay. Now we're going mid-Victorian. So that would be 1850s to 1870s. These are Scottish Cairngorm Citrine. Oh, just a haul, honey. Just a haul. Yeah, no auction till the weekend. Now, let's see. Let's go a little earlier. Let's go back to 1850. Hi, Claudia. And I will show you this gorgeous agate buckle bracelet. That's, yeah, they're called a sampler, honey, or what did I say? I told Deb I'm tired. But I still wanted to come in and see you guys. Now, let's go all the way back to an early Victorian piece. This design's been used since the 1700s. It's actually from the Queen Anne period. And these are operculum. Now, they're shell. And to find them in this condition in a bracelet that early is pretty incredible. Okay. Now, the two bracelets that I have coming are on the order. If you're not new here, you will have seen the cameo, the Victorian cameo bracelet. Now, the two bracelets that are coming, one is Montro Agot. Montro Agot with citrines, and it's this style of bracelet. The panel. Now, there is Montrose in this. Montrose is a gray agate, and it's very desirable. I don't know how long, Ellen. Probably not a terribly long time. So if we don't see you, thank you for coming in. She's early, and if you've ever seen pictures of young Victoria, it's funny because she wears her hair in this style. And it was actually Queen Victoria who made Scottish jewelry popular. These wonderful agate pieces. Until then, they were only really ever worn in Scotland. But she and her husband Albert fell in love with Scotland and its people, and she brought this jewelry to life and made it popular. The oldest piece is 1700s, and it's prior to Regency. I think it's mid 1700s. And that's the Dendric Agate. And that is not a necklace, it is a bracelet. It's sterling and gilt. I'm actually been debating, but I think I'm going to take it in and have Bob re-gild it. Because it was meant to be worn gold, so it should be gold. Now, the cameo, honey, would be conch shell. That is the most used shell. Now, I have had tortoise shell pieces, but they're dark. Don't know if I have one out right at the moment to show you the color of a tortoise shell, but it's usually tan and brown and black. No, most Italians, even in the Scottish pieces, were, or most of the pieces were carved in Italy. I'm saying most of the Italians, they were carved in Italy and then set into Scottish jewelry. Now, I did show this once. It's a marquetry piece. So just like a marquetry floor, but these are agates. This is antique and Victorian and set in gold. It's a large pendant. We'll move to the bracelets. Let me take this down so I can put up, of course, the most gorgeous piece that I own. This one is from the 1700s. It's set in 20 karat gold. And these are operculum. Hi, Jane. How are you, honey? I think we all have a sweet spot for them. I'm going to do some of the brooches, then I'll do some Scottish necklaces, and then I guess we'll get to the uranium. And it's so lovely to see Jane in. That's actually white chalcedony, and again, a shell cameo. And this brooch is Georgian. Oh, wonderful. Well, we're happy to have you here. Now, this is pinchback, but it's gilt. These are so similar, but they are two completely different dates. But they're both antique. This one is Victorian and actually a little bit later than this one. These are penannulars. These are cloak or kilt brooches. Let's see. This one is Edwardian. That's black banded agate. And all of that is hand engraved or hand chased. And Montrose, I spoke of Montrose earlier. This brooch is Victorian and Montrose Agate, the gray banded agate. Oh, and this one is the one that's dated from 1865. So that's mid-Victorian. This style was actually done around the same time. Those are amethyst and citrine. And actually that is orange agate and bloodstone. And moss agate right there in the center panel. I think that's a gorgeous brooch. Very unusual. A Scottish dirk. Now this one is actually Art Deco. But I have a new Victorian one in. I love it. Dirk is a small knife that they would conceal to protect themselves. Jane, we don't want to kill anyone. And this rare teeny one is set in gold. Also Victorian. Jane, I've seen people carry them in public, I mean to this day, dirks, and they kind of have them in their sock. What did I want to show you? Some Scottish necklaces, I think, and then we'll move to the uranium. There are some gorgeous carnelian beads. They're like butter. Yes, this coming weekend, honey. This is a new strand, and it is opera length with a gold clasp, and it's Victorian. These are opera. I'm not sure if they would tumble stones then, I guess, but it would have to maybe be hand tumbled. Oh, could you imagine that carnelian, that antique carnelian strand with this bracelet? Or any of the bracelets that feature carnelian. Lovely. What else did I have out? Oh, the little piece of Georgian, the little Georgian portrait jasper, or landscape jasper this is. I think it's a gorgeous little marvel. Sale this weekend coming, honey. We all needed to take a week off. My kitchen is actually going in, well, the floor is going in tomorrow, And then if the scree that they're leveling the floor with dries, it all depends. The kitchen, I think, is coming in Wednesday. So hopefully that goes up quickly. But this morning I had to spend painting because they're going to put the cabinetry up. I'd love to just be able to, well, and I do. Most days is spent sourcing. And then it takes me a few days to wrap everything. But other than that, this is my life. I brought these out as well, these citrine. These gorgeous antique citrine. I love how they go from lightest to darkest. Listen, yellow isn't really my color, but I do love the smoky citrine, which well, unless you're new here, you know I love it. And I have it. I own it. I sell it because I love it. And then dare I show the biggest piece, the Bullseye Agate, that if they weren't so heavy, I wouldn't part with them. Huge Victorian clasp. Oh, I have a new Bullseye Agate ring coming in as well. Victorian Bullseye. Oh, listen to those. Love it. I love the sound of glass or stone. It looks like a it looks like a Scottish murder scene here with all of these beautiful Scottish pieces out here. But I'm going to need to move them to the side so we can actually pull out some of the uranium. I think I've had a bullseye bracelet, Lily. I want to say I have. I've had many bullseye brooches. In fact, I think I have another bullseye brooch coming in. That's all right, Lily. I knew, we kind of ran that risk this time of day, didn't we? These are all going to need to go back in my Scottish silver drawer. Well, until the sale. Put something on your feet. My grandma would always say, if you let your feet get cold, you'll get sick. And old people know what they're talking about. That's how they get to be old people. I know I'm getting there. I'm well on my way. Yeah. No, she wouldn't yell at me to wear socks. She didn't wear socks. But she always kept something on her feet. Usually slippers. Woman had more house slippers than anyone I know, to be quite honest with you. I can't say anything because I have a ton. Huh? Me? I'm no spring chicken, baby. No. I will be 60 years old in May. That's an old tough chicken. Honey, I'll say you're only as old as, I'd say you're only as old as you feel, but when I roll out of bed, I feel 100. So, yeah, no. I think you're only as old as you think you are. I'll be there before you blink because I can remember being 20 yesterday. My baby is 22, and I can remember being 22 like it was yesterday. Yeah, my brain and my body have fights all the time, Jane. My body wins. I can tell you how that one goes. The body, yeah, the body says bye-bye. We'll start with this piece first. I'll try to get that in for you. It's marked for Czechoslovakia. Now, I've always had patience, actually. I'm a very calm person. Deb says, I don't know how you do it. Now, this one has a tag on it for roll gold. But the drop is also uranium. I love that color of uranium. Love it, love it, love it. It's almost like a minty green. But I'm just a green junkie. I like anything green. This one's just a little too long, but there is a little loop on the back of this bust. And I was hoping to take advantage of it. But I'm going to have to feel back there and do it. There we go. Just so when we do the light show, you can see it. Oh no. Oh, this type of uranium is known as Vaseline glass. Can anyone remember? Now I can remember this one has a 9-karat gold clasp as well. I can remember my grandma having this color Vaseline in her medicine cupboard. That funky, like yellow Vaseline. Hey, Ashley. We might as well pile some green things on, right? Now, this isn't uranium, but what it is Niger satin glass. If any of you are subscribed to Fleur, what is Fleur's last name? Or her channel name? Fleur Montagne, I think. She had satin glass featured recently. And to me, Niger did some of the most beautiful satin glass. Oh, that one's Art Deco. Oh, why not just pile all the green on? Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. Hi, Cache. Why not show green, right? I'm going to show you the green, and then I'm going to show you that uranium comes in a lot more colors than green. But honestly, the green uranium's my favorite. Look at this color. This is meant to look like jade. But you'll see, it's not like jade. Well, if jade lights up, there it is, Fleur de Montagne. Yeah, she had satin glass featured recently. So I thought I'd bring up some satin glass. Now, some of my favorite satin glass is uranium. Oh, that's not going to stay up there. It said no, just too much. Oh, not cooperating. We need to back out a little bit there. I'm going to solve that for all of you. What I've done is ordered 20 excuse me, pens, P-E-N-S, pens that have uranium or have UV light on them. And when any of you purchase a piece of uranium, you'll get a pen with it. So it'll actually function. Actually, you can use them to write, a secret message. They're like sold for kids. And then you can use the UV light to highlight what you wrote. But the UV light, you'll be able to carry it in your purse or your pocket, and you'll be able to identify it. So where I wanted to get you all little little flashlights, I'm not supposed to send batteries. You're not meant to send anything battery through the post. So I found these pens, and I'm like, okay, that's what I'll do. So that way you can, I have one that I carry in my purse. Even though pretty much 9 times out of 10, I can identify it without hitting it with the UV light. But until you get used to identifying it, it's great that you have, a little something on you. So I think that's enough to look at right now. I don't think if I put another piece on there, it's just gonna... You can. I mean, you guys can order them, but I thought it was just a nice little gift to add with any uranium purchase. And I mean, if you're going to buy yourself something, probably best that you do buy a torch, a flashlight. I mean, the one I have, you're not going to walk around with this thing in your purse. I have, but it's huge and it's heavy. But I carry a big bag. No, I appreciate it, Ashley. That's true, Jane. Once you see it and once you've identified it enough, it really does jump out at you. Girl, I've been here for 12 years. I struggle to say garage anymore. It doesn't sound right. I say garage. Now, I refuse to say basil, and I refuse to say oregano. It's basil and oregano. So stop that nonsense. Yeah, that thing definitely is a weapon. Absolutely. Little fluffy. I'm going to have to start her antibiotics again in the morning, I think. I'm going to let it go the night. But she's been having the nasal discharge again. Yeah, Basil. Yeah, Basil's a man's name, not a herb. And oh, did they say herb or herb? Oh God, see, I've been here too long. I really have. No, we say herb, they say herb. That's how it is. Yeah, yeah, and Herb is a guy too. Herb and Basil, they're both guys, or at least their names identify as men. Do you know I didn't even have half of the lights on? That's crazy. Oh well, it's spring and autumn, Felicia. I think she has a bit sensitivity, maybe allergies, because it always seems after she goes out for a little bit outside. But we'll see. But I have the antibiotics on standby. Oh God, she does not like it. Not the biggest fan of having pills shoved down her throat. We're going to get dark in a second. Now, I have the light pointed at my ceiling. Because when you hit it, that's when it goes boom. And that would be the end of the music. In the dark. And I'm struggling to hit it. There we go. Now, let me see if I can find this piece for you. Can't hold it directly on it. This one glows, and this one glows. And I think maybe some of those beads glow. Now, these are just some of the other pieces that I brought out. And these we'll do in reverse. I'll show them to you with the uranium, and then I'll show them to you on the bust. And Deb will tell you, even those little flashlight lights, we've had light shows with the tiny light. Any amount of UV will make these glow. So how fun would it actually be to put one of these on and then hit your pen? So you could actually, you know, there was a seller once who said, "What's the big deal about uranium?" Because I have probably pounds of it, and at one time I sold pounds and pounds of uranium. We had uranium at every show. And then I think I got a 2-bit attached to it and started collecting it more. And now, I mean, I've got so much I need to sell. Because now I don't only have duplicates, now I have sometimes 2 or 3 pieces of it. So yeah, it's time to sell uranium. Oh, Lori Doll, thank you, honey. I think we all kind of, all of the OGs miss the light shows. But we've got new people. Now, I did bring some pieces out for spring. The yellow and the green light up on this piece. Ashley, she's like, that's mine. Oh, this Niger wants to tangle. I love the multicolored pieces. You've got to put the pretty flowers on top of it. Oh yeah, there's definitely some bicolor here. I love this one because it has like the Atlas glass. The Atlas glass are actually the tubes between the uranium. That one's gorgeous. Oh, Ashley, some of your favorites are here, honey. I love pastel. I love pastel uranium. Of course, I can't do it without bringing out some Rosalind, which is like the pinky peach with the yellow bicolor in the middle. Yeah, oh yeah, the fancy cutter out. Love these. These are UV reactive. They're not uranium, but they are UV reactive. The Czech raspberry glass, bauble glass, raspberry. They look like yellow sweets, don't they? Let me hook this one so I can put it up there too. Now, of course, my favorite, personal favorite, because I love blue and green, are the blue and green pieces. But I've got tons. Absolutely, absolutely. I used to, Ashley, one of my favorite ones is the one that you gifted me. But every time I would bring it out just to show uranium, people would always try to buy it because it is so fabulous. One of my most favorite uranium necklaces was a gift from Ashley. Let me see. It's probably here. I'm sure it is because I saw it when I was going through my drawer, and I'll show you why it's so fabulous. It's got crackle glass. It's got my favorite, all-time favorite color of green uranium glass. And this was a gift from Ashley. Look at this piece. I wear it when I wear black and white, and this just jumps out at you. I absolutely adore this, and I would never, ever, ever, ever sell it. It is teal. Some of my favorite pieces, Barbara, are teal. Or the blue and the green. Uranium glass is very safe to wear, honey. Yeah, the uranium is a small percentage that's encapsulated in the glass. Now, you think they have uranium dishes. They tell you not to put them through the dishwasher. The high heats could possibly make things leach. But these necklaces, I mean, while they've been in my possession, they've never been through anything high heat. Oh, pink is so rare. So rare. Oh my God. Just like the dark blue. That poor necklace bust. It's like, no, no more, no more. Now, all of these pieces are so intense that we don't even have to turn the lights off, to be quite honest with you. No, we can just for effect. It's always a pain in the butt. People, when we did these often, people were like, you need to put everything on one switch. Now, I mean, especially the larger pieces. Can you imagine having these on your neck and then hitting it with a UV light? That's the bauble. Like I said, it's definitely UV reactive. Clapper. I don't know. You made me think of my grandma because she had one. She looked just like that little old lady that used to be in the commercials. The one that would sit up in bed and clapper, clapper. She thought that and one of those lamps that you touch. Oh my gosh. Now, remember, my grandma was born in 1923. So, she'd seen basically the invention of everything. Everything modern. Well, kings and queens, we've been on for, how long have we been on, Deb? An hour and a half? Thereabouts? I wanted to come and bring you, like I said, the morning show, but there's just so much coming in that it'd be better if we waited. I didn't show you the Niger pieces. These are some of them. Now, these are uranium glass as well. And Niger, we need to do an entire show on it. Haven't had a Niger show in forever. These are some of the prolific Egyptian pieces. And they are uranium. Yeah, it's, what time is it here? Oh my goodness, nearly 11 p.m. And it's dinner time for a lot of you in the States. So I want to thank you all for coming in. I hope there was something that you saw that you haven't seen before. And if you have any questions or you have a favorite, make sure once the video is up to leave your questions or comments on it. And if you're new here and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You'll get all the notifications for the live shows and the sales. I'll pin I usually do pin a comment with my email address where you can reach me. Oh, thank you, Lily. I want to thank all of my regular kings and queens that have come in, just saw the notification and hopped in with, no hesitation. I love you all. Thank you for doing that. And Ashley, honey, you are welcome anytime. Now, I will have some new lots coming in this week before the sale, and I'll definitely be showing you those as well. Thank you all for coming in. I think I have to definitely take a picture of that bust and put it up for the show, because there'll be more Scottish pieces coming in, but we'll show the uranium all lit up. Jane, we're so happy to see you as well, honey. That's it, Deb. Say night-night. Love you all. I'll see you all very soon. I promise. Take care. And post some pictures of my kitchen. Oh my goodness. Okay, Ashley. Well, I'm going to message you, girl. Love you all. See you all very soon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And if you would, share the channel. Especially if you know someone you know would love antique jewelry. You'll all be hearing from me soon because I'm packing and posting. So you'll get your updates. Yeah, very happy you left there, Ashley. Bye, Natasha. Thank you for coming into live, honey. See you all very soon. Take care. Night. I always say it. If you're here in Europe, it's late enough. Go to bed.